Let's go all over again. Three, two,
All right, you
three,
ready? Want me to do
two.
one?
Your third word was an F bomb.
Oh shit! Come on, bro. You know what? We're going back to it. You do it.
What's up, everybody? It's the after show, but later, episode number 146. My name's D. This dude right here is the homie El Kakui. If you guys are new to us, we're the only unofficial Covino and Rich after show. If you don't know who Covino and Rich are, just go look for them online at Covino and Rich. They're on Patreon. They got a kick-ass show. El Kakui, can you vouch for that?
Bro, if you don't know who Cavino and Rich are, you need to go walk into traffic. I'm just saying. Check them out. Patreon.
Traffic, looking for my chapstick. Is that a Ford
I like
Maverick?
Burt's Bees, bro. If I'm gonna use it, what are you? You like Burt's Bees?
Hey, you want to hear something funny about Bert? Well, not funny, but so do you remember there was a show? Actually, okay, you might. There was a show called Eight Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter.
With
Had
John Ritter's?
John Ritter, exactly. Kaylee Cuoco,
That's where he croaked, right?
exactly.
I
So
remember
the
that.
daughters on the show were Kaylee Cuoco and Amy Davidson,
Mhm.
right? I might have told the story on the show
In
before,
relation to Pete?
but Amy Davidson, she played the little sister on the show. She was like the ugly redhead, but she was actually older in real life.
Okay.
Well, when I was a kid, I actually thought she was hotter than Kaylee Cuoco. So
What?
I kind of okay. I don't know what's wrong with me. Go ask
I
12
do.
year old. Go ask
You like
12-year-old
trashy?
me.
You like trashy white chicks? I know exactly what's wrong.
So that was 12-year-old me. So anyway, I dug her. Whatever.
You dug her out.
Fast forward to 2012. Right. I'm on Twitter. I have, I don't know, a little over 100,000 followers on Twitter. And
Fucking baller.
one day I get a DM from Amy Davidson
Nah.
on my mom,
For real, for real?
for real. And she's like, hey, she's like, I saw you have a gang of followers. At the time she had like 40,000 or something. And she was like, what do you do, or this or that or whatever?
Isn't
And
that
I
like
was
what
like,
Cavino just did when Cavino just told a similar story to this?
did he really?
Yeah, but go ahead.
Okay, so she was like, "Hey, what?" And I told her, I was, you know what, this and this. At the time, I had a website on how to like show people how to gain followers and stuff. So I told her, "Hey, I have this website. You can check it out, no whatever. But this is
Did that
basically
site
what I'm
make money
doing."
or what?
Yeah, it was for a minute, and then I
Hmm.
lost interest in it, and then so it stopped, and then it was a mess. Not a mess. I just kind of lost interest in it. And I was like, whatever.
Uh,
So as so we had a little DMing relationship back and forth for it was probably like
that
2 weeks.
sounds spicy.
Duck. So it was probably like 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And then even my friend Kara, shout out to Kara, she just hit me up the other day. And she was like,
Hi,
we
Kara.
we'd get to work and she'd be like, so have you heard from your little girlfriend? And she would
She
like be
sounds
like,
cool already.
she's cool, Doc. She's cool. This is how cool me and Kara were. So we heard that there was this girl from the science department that was going to come start working with us. And we were like, man, there's going to be some tree hugger talking about, like it's going to be annoying, whatever.
No relation to Bill the Science, not the science guy?
Nah. So she gets here and we click right away. She's a homie right away. And
E40 or
we
what?
we start breaking balls right away, start being kind of mean to each other, whatever. And there's this other girl that's working with us, maybe a week into Kara coming over to our department.
All right.
And she was like, this girl asked me, she's like, hey, she's like, you and Kara are really good friends. She's like, how long have you known each other? Like thinking we go back like years, And I was like,
She
I
didn't
don't
think you
know.
stabbed it?
I was like, nah, it was not even like that at all. She was like, oh, I was like, I don't know, a week and a half or a week. I don't know, She was like, oh, for
You guys
real?
were compas after a week?
And yeah, Doug, this was,
Damn it.
let me see,
Damn it.
January 2013.
Uh-huh.
Because I started working at this university I started working at in the one I'm talking about was November 2012. So
Right.
January 2013 for the new semester, they were going to send somebody from the department. So Kara's comes over, whatever. We're homies, whatever. Well, so she was breaking my balls. Hey, your little girlfriend, this and this, whatever.
Oh shit.
And so,
how's your lady feel about that?
so I don't know, Doc. This actually was
For your
shortly
lady?
right before I met her.
Oh shit.
Probably right before I met her.
Talk
And
freely then.
so yeah, so it was cool. So we were so she was, me and this Amy Davidson were we were kind of, DMing back
Banging.
and forth or whatever. And so all right, then comes around Christmas time, right? And
You have a holiday party?
so then she's like, she starts running something. I think there's a contest or something that she's like gonna run, and she's like promoting it on Twitter, and she's like, hey, she's like, it's the holidays, I'm gonna give you guys some
The
stuff, whatever,
holidays.
stupid little like little giveaways or whatever, right? Just hey, for showing support or whatever. And she's like, I'm gonna give away like this package or whatever, and it goes back to Burt's Bees, right? So it was a little Burt's Bees package, right? Like a little like $12 package, had like the little lip balm and the chapstick, all the stupid little things, whatever. And
Speaking of, I got something when you're done.
so I enter this little contest, right? And oh, all of a sudden I win after I just had these conversations there for a couple of weeks. So then next thing you know, I get in the mail a little package from Amy Davidson.
That's cool though.
A little
That's
Burt's
cool.
Bees thing, dog. And it was so
That's
funny
dope.
because I was like, damn, I was like, when I was a kid, I used to dig this chick. And now I like quote unquote won her little contest and we were DMing and stuff. And this was, I mean, this, if it was, I think I said 2012 when we started, but I think it must have been, if Kara was making fun of me, it had to be Christmas 2013 around that time. So yeah. So anyway, that Burt's Bees I got. And after that, our little texting for or DMing friendship
Fizzle?
it fizzled, dog. It fizzled.
Really?
Yeah,
Why'd it
but that
fizzle?
it's funny though, because it reminds me of like how you said that dude from like the what is it? That dude that was hooking up with that dude's wife, one of your homies was hooking
Yeah.
up with from the lighter shade of brown.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
but no, ex-wife,
oh
or
yeah, yeah.
ex-girlfriend, or ex something. They weren't
Something,
together.
something. But
They
but
weren't together.
but yeah, no, I was thinking about it and I was like, that was crazy. Like it was so cool because I'm like, and then I mean, this was how many years removed from that TV show, but I still thought she was high, I mean, she's just a
Yeah.
trashy little white girl. So I mean,
That's
I
your
was like,
favorite.
it was dope, she was like, okay. And I love Amy Davidson. She was cool as hell to me. So I don't want to say anything to be
Shout out
mean.
Amy Davidson.
And she's not, I mean, Doug, I'll be honest, she's not very pretty, but there was just something. I mean, I'm like right now, who I'm thinking like
Is
somebody
she
who I
very
think is
purdy?
who I think I know somebody who I think is pretty bad. And there's like, I don't know, who isn't even like, I mean, because I like curves and stuff, right? But somebody who doesn't, who I think's bad, is Anna Kendrick, right? She's
Really?
a little white girl, a little ginger, right?
I know who she
And
is.
so Amy Davidson, I would feel is like a bootleg Anna Kendrick.
A bootleg.
She's a
Damn
little,
it.
she was like a little redhead, but she was like wasn't pretty. And
You got the knockoff
oh,
fucking Ray-Bans you buy at the swap meet or
you know
what?
what? So let me show you. Let me tell
For
you
10
about this.
bucks?
So let me give a shout out to my homie Johnny. So he had told me one time he we were having a conversation,
Conversation.
and he told me he was like, "Hey, he's like, you know how like you're into white girls like that are like a little feita."
You are too.
And it made me laugh because I was like, if people don't know what feita is, fea in Spanish is like an ugly chick. So he's telling me like, hey, you know how you're into these white girls that are a little feita?
So that could mean dirty white girl,
So
right?
but the way he meant it is like, hey, you know how you're in this is how
The
he meant it.
ugly white chicks.
Hey, you know how you're into these like white girls that are a little ugly? I'm like,
Right.
yeah, what's up? And then he's like, well,
Talk to
and
me.
then yeah, talk to me. And then he just kept on with his story, right? Oh,
Yeah.
well, there was this girl or whatever his story was. And it made me laugh because I didn't even bat an eye. I wasn't like, wait, nah, I only like tens, or I wasn't even trying
You're a
to front.
dirtbag. You like them all.
I wasn't trying to front. Exactly. Hey, I like tens.
But I'll
I
take
like
a six. I'll take a six.
I like, oh,
Make it
actually,
work.
I had a conversation with my mom and my sister today. We
Oh,
were
shit.
cracking up because I was like, I don't know what we were talking about. There was somebody maybe on a TV show or something, like some ugly dude or something, right?
Right.
And I was like, oh no, I told my mom I could say that. I was like, because I mean, come on. I go, why do you think I have a college degree and a good job? I go, I knew I had to
Keep that
step it up.
motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, I had to step it up a little bit to, hey, give myself a little edge, right? I knew I wasn't the Brad Pitt. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'm like, I know I don't have like any deformities or anything that are, I know,
you're,
but
you're
I'm
not in a
being
chair,
real.
fucker. Your PRNS work or what? You're not in a
Exactly,
chair?
exactly. Doc. I'm not in a chair. I'm like, I don't have like an overgrown nose that's crooked and
I'm like,
one eye that doesn't work, or I'm like, but I understand where I'm at in the scale, right?
okay. The
So I'm
fish
like,
scale.
hey, you wanna give yourself a little bit, bump yourself up a little bit, do some stuff with yourself, right? If
Okay.
you if you're hey, you're like,
You got to get it.
you gotta find, it's your hustle, dog.
A lot
It's
of
your
people talk
hustle.
about the cute word of the year or the past couple of years is manifest, right?
Yeah.
That's the cute word. Everyone likes to use that word manifest. But you know what Kukui likes to call it? I like to call it just fucking go get the shit. Do
Mm.
what you got to do. There are motherfuckers out there taking like 18, 20 units a semester to get fucking degrees in one third or half or two thirds of the time, whatever the fucks. But you got people out there doing that and working two jobs. You got people out there that are hungry. You know what I mean? The thing is if you really want it, motherfucker, go get it. Go get your
Yeah.
shit. Get
Yeah.
your shit right. Do what the fuck it takes.
Do it.
Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. Speaking of, just spoke to Red Johnson, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the car a little while ago. Me and Red Johnson were chopping it up. And this is what I mean by what I just said. Red Johnson's trying to buy himself a house. So
Mm-hmm.
Red Johnson's living like he ain't got no damn money. He is doing whatever the fuck he has to do to scrape by to try to save a couple of racks a month because he's trying to have a big down payment on his house. He's eating noodles. He's, everything he can do to cut corners, just everything, condensed soup, whatever the fuck he's doing. But he is doing what he has to do to get a scratch so he could buy a shit. And,
Mm-hmm.
and, and that's what it is. In life, if you want something, I think all people can damn near achieve what they want, but not all people will put the work in.
Yeah. No, 100%. So basically,
Basically,
basically, yeah, man. But anyway, I don't even know if we haven't even covered any Cavino and Rich stuff
I
yet,
know,
man.
bro. I got a
So
lot of shit too.
that's how fire this show is. We're into the show already and had a couple of what I would say are pretty interesting stories, right?
I mean, we're trying to bring the funnies.
We're trying to, I mean, yeah. And even if they're not, grab your belly and start slapping your knee or whatever. We're just bringing the funnies very subtly. We're giving you
Yes.
guys actual stories, real life stories.
And some
So
game, and we're giving you game.
oh man, so
But
I don't
but I
know
got
if
some
you
shit.
guys.
I got a passionate Cavino Rich thing, man. I got something.
I think I know where you're
Oh,
going with it, and
you want to
we
go
could,
there for me or what?
if we can. I mean, if you guys listen to Friday's show, which I know if you guys are behind on your listening, you're like, Friday show, did they do a free Twitch Friday? No, they didn't do a free Twitch Friday. They're done with the free Twitch Fridays. But this week they actually did shows Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday instead of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. On Friday's show, they had a visitor. Yo, stop playing.
Ice Cube?
LB.
Oh, I thought it was Ice Cube or Mike Epps.
Yeah, LB was there in the studio visiting, and LB had a story that I'll let El Kukui talk about how he thinks LB sounded. So El Kukui, do you want to start it off? Go ahead.
Listen, I'm going to start this off with no disrespect to nobody. And everybody who's listening to this, you got to have self awareness, right? You feel a certain way about a certain situation, that's all good. But take the feedback and see how other people see you, right? I'll just start it
Yeah.
off with that. So, if you guys didn't catch on Cavino Rich, Albie had a situation where he had a coworker, and it sounded, I don't know, D, what you think? It sounded like maybe he was in a leadership position and this person wasn't at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you got from that?
Yeah.
And they connected and maybe even shared some personal stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think if I heard right, they had that working relationship for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I guess this person, she transferred companies and went to a different company and whatnot at Albie wanted to be a part of. So Albie reached out and, they had a couple of messages and Albie's questioning life. He's questioning about what he said in each message. And because at some point after a couple of messages, she quit responding. So Albie's trying to figure out where he went wrong. He reached out via text message, 4 or 5 different times?
Yeah. And then started hitting her up on
LinkedIn.
He could he sent a connection request, whatever, on LinkedIn. She accepted the request, and then he sent her a message on there because he said maybe she changed her number.
Right.
That's why she's not responding.
Fair enough.
He reached out on there, nothing. And then, if I'm not mistaken, he reached out on like Instagram or something.
Right. But you know what gets me, D?
What's up?
Tell me why he reached out on Instagram.
I can tell you why.
Did you remember that part of the conversation about why he said he reached out on Instagram?
Because he can see his sent messages or something?
Or he can see if she read it.
Yeah. Because he said he don't know how that works on LinkedIn. Right? He was like, I don't know how it works. I don't know how you can tell if they read it or whatever.
I'm telling you, every female listening to me right now is going to agree with me. Creepy. No. You want to go to a platform and send her a message after she hasn't responded for 4 or 5 messages till you can know if she actually saw your shit?
Yeah. No, and you know what I'm thinking, Doug? And this is what I'm thinking, and LB can deny it all he wants. But I'm telling you, Doug, he was feeling her. And if she was ugly and he was still feeling her, Doug, I don't think that matters because I think he was feeling her. And I think, I think he's trying to lie to himself, saying, hey, no, quit playing, yo. This is just professional. All I wanted was, hey, if you know of anything, let me know. Hey, nah, you're not gonna hit, Doug.
You're right, bro.
You're not gonna hit somebody up.
I hope you're right.
Multiple times on text, through LinkedIn after you add a connection.
That's stalker shit, bro.
Doug, he could have added her as a connection or a friend on LinkedIn or however they do it, and then waited. Hey, you know what? She saw me. Wait for her to reach out.
Because read the room. If she accepted you, you're kind of in. So don't fuck it up.
And the thing is, she accepted you, right? Which means you had to search for her, right? You're searching for her. So she knows you searched for her. So if she's going to add you as a connection and she wants to reach out, she wants to be like, hey, you know what? Nice to hear from you. Thanks for reaching out and connecting. Maybe we could work together again in the future or something or whatever. Even, hey, thanks for reaching out. We're leaving it at that, whatever. But she doesn't. And then he hits her up with a, hey, quit playing. Hook it up with a job or whatever he did. Dog, I think he was feeling her. I don't care how she looked. I don't care if she looked like me, beard and all. I think he was feeling her.
But you know what the worst part was?
What's up?
His justification for her not getting back to him was that she would fear that he's coming for her fucking management role.
Is that what he said? I don't remember that.
He said something where because he had told her that he wanted a management position or he'd work his way up from the bottom. And then if the listeners want to correct me if I'm wrong, feel free. But I think what I took from that conversation is that at the end, he said that he thought that she might have felt that he was coming for her position or that she viewed him as a threat. And
hey, so whatever helps you sleep at night, right?
But again, if you think about that, bro, is that how you're justifying your ego for her not fucking responding? That's pretty fucking sad, dude. I don't know where this dude got his game from, and they didn't really say what he's doing or what industry. I mean, I know he's in their industry and they know him from radio, but good God, dude, you look like a sucker. I don't know how you guys do that shit in fucking New York or whatever you guys are doing, but that whole fucking story, I mean, let me take a deep breath so I'm not offending nobody. Ready? It was sad, dude. It was a desperate. He went on the Covino Rich show with a story about why someone doesn't want to fuck with him. and
Yeah.
he can't read the room and understand why. And it to me, it's clear as fucking day.
Doug, I know there has to be maybe
And you think he wants her cachettes.
no, I think there, Doug, I'm thinking maybe when I was like 18, 19, I know there, or I'm guessing there had to be a time where I made myself look like a punk, where I'm like, maybe a chick wasn't interested, or maybe
Okay.
this was after, things didn't work out or whatever, and I look like a buster. I'm sure there, I can't think of a
How old were you,
specific,
bro?
I'm thinking 18 or 19, right?
Ain't this fucker in his 40s?
No, and what I'm saying though is, Doug, after that, after you're 21, 22, 23, 24,
With no life
isn't
experience.
there, Doug, isn't there
You're too old
something
for that
that
shit.
clicks when you're even in your early 20s, something that clicks where you're like, hey, damn, you know what? I did this, in high school or right after high school, and I look like a buster. I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm not gonna be that guy.
Of
You know what? Maybe
course.
you break up with a chick
And you
and
simp on her a little bit.
yeah, exactly. Or you know what? You guys are you're
We've all
still
done
kind
it.
of,
We've all done it. We're
but
all
you know
human.
what,
We've
Doug?
all done it.
There comes a point where, all right, you break up with the chick, you guys are trying to work it out, or maybe you hit her up and you're like, hey, you know what? Let's try to make this work or whatever. But you know what? After that first attempt, it's in her court now, right? The ball's in her court. So
Or
after
mouth.
that, you have to know any attempt after that, or try to insert yourself in her life somewhere, oh, I just happen to be at Chevron too,
Yeah,
because
fuck that, dude.
you seen on her Facebook that she checked in to pump gas, and you're now,
You got. You know what, bro?
I was here to buy a Kit Kat. I can't believe I ran into you. Dog, you're making yourself look like a buster at that point.
Absolutely. And
And
you
you know
have to
what?
realize,
Even
like even if you downgrade your game, right? Like you have to value. You're not giving yourself any value when you do that. You know what I mean? You have to look at it like, okay, she's not in a relationship with me. There should be 10 other ones that want to step in, right?
Mhm.
If you're a good person, you take care of your shit, you're financially responsible, you go to work and you're trying to get a promotion, you have like a good career fucking trajectory. Who doesn't want people like that? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it's not like you got to be cocky or overconfident, but motherfuckers just want someone taking care of business, right? You don't have to solve fucking world hunger or find the cure for cancer. You just got to show up to work 5 days a week.
You
And
know
most
what?
of
And I'll give a shout out to somebody that there was, okay, so there was this time where I had
yes,
split with this chick, and but I wasn't, and I was already grown enough to know, hey,
checks
uh,
or cheeks,
I'm I'm missing her. I want her back, whatever, but I'm not gonna look like a buster, right?
right?
And I remember I was hung up on this chick, and this lady that I was working with, she told me, she was much older than me. She probably had like 30 years on me. And she was like, hey, she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, you're so like hard on yourself. She was like, look at, and you know what? I think this goes back to what I talked about, where I was like, I had to get a degree, I had to get a good job, but I'm putting my, I'm raising my points a little, right? But
Right.
she had told me,
But that's how you do it.
she had told me, she was like, hey, she's like, you have this degree. She's like, you like,
Right.
she told, and she kind of like, and I think she, of course, she looked at, she was like a motherly figure, you know? So
Check
she
your
was like,
hair.
hey, she was like, what are you doing over here? You know, dwelling on this nobody when you're over here making a good life for yourself. Like you
Right.
got a good job, you're this, you're that. And I was like, you know what? She's right.
She is
She's right.
right.
I'm like, hey, I shouldn't be going after her. She should be coming after me. And if she don't want it, well, then there's gonna be somebody else that will appreciate it, that will dig it, that will, you know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
so going back to LB, hey,
I mean,
if
how?
this
Hey,
chick,
real quick though, how many ugly motherfuckers you seen out there with fucking hot ass chicks?
it happens. It
You
does
see
happen.
them. They're there. You're like, often you see a couple holding hands, making out at the bar, hanging out, whatever. You're like, how the fuck did he pull her?
It happens
That shit
today.
happens all the time.
Happens today. I was me and my girl pulled up. We were gonna go do something, pay for something, and we pulled up to the spot, and there was this dude and this chick, and I was like, and me and my girl looked, and I was like, "Do you see this shit?" She was like, "Yeah." And we're like, "That's like, oh, we didn't dwell on it, but we just like got out of the car and did whatever we had to do." But it was just like I literally like because she was telling me a story about fucking damn about freaking God knows what, and I was like. And I was like, hey, I interrupted her. I'm like, you see this shit? She's like, yeah. And then I was like, yeah. And then we kept on with the story or whatever, you know?
Right.
But yeah, man,
happens.
It happens. It's out there. Today was a perfect example of that. And it's just crazy. But I feel like, yeah, we're talking about relationships, but even in the workforce, right? In work and these connections with these people that you're making. And
Right,
it goes back to another conversation that Covino and Rich had. Covino and Rich were talking about friendships and how Rich is like, hey, if you don't talk to them for 3 years, they're not your friend no more, and all this, whatever.
See, no,
and
but
then,
that's insecure, bro. Everything
the
can't
thing
operate
is,
out of insecurity.
Somebody brought up a point where they said, hey, maybe
motherfuckers got busy.
or maybe you have a different idea of what the friendship is, right?
Right.
And so when it comes to
Absolutely.
this, maybe LB is thinking, man, I gave this girl a chance. I opened doors for her. You know, she was right out of college and I was already 10 years in the game.
Remember when he said like she confided in him or whatever?
I don't remember that part. I didn't hear that part.
I thought he said that she was on the couch and she talked about personal shit or whatever.
Probably.
Maybe I'm wrong.
No, could have happened.
But I thought that's what they said.
Yeah.
And with that being said, though, let me ask you this, D. You said you were in a relationship and someone asked you why you were trying so hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you were going through that time, did you ever confide in someone about that situation that maybe you weren't extra close with, but you thought you were cool enough to confide?
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is like, when you're hurt like that, you're fucking telling people your business.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
And does that mean, or do you still talk to them today?
No, actually, even the lady that told me that was like, hey, the one that we had this conversation
with. Talk to her?
The last time I talked to her was probably, besides like a Facebook like or whatever, was probably like the last time I talked to her was probably like, dang, no, it had to be 4.5 years ago at this point.
So just
because I remember one in particular instance, right?
Right.
So it had to be 4.5 years ago, at least.
Just because someone at work confides in you with their problems, a lot of people don't go to therapy, right? They just need to let that shit out. And just because you're the one that listens doesn't mean that they have a special interest in you.
And the thing is,
shame on you for thinking that.
And you know what? And the thing is, maybe she didn't think anything of it. She was just like, hey, this LB, he's my boss, or he's this, or he's that, or whatever the case is. But when he made, you know what, the thing could have been, say he did hit her up and it was an innocent mistake, right? Say she saw, oh, LB hit me up.
Right.
I'll text him later. And then boom, maybe she's brushing her kid's hair, or she's
her out,
whatever. Or no. Maybe it's all innocent, right? Maybe he hit her up and it was a mistake. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to hit him up. I didn't, whatever. I meant to get back to him. I didn't.
Happens all the fucking time.
Then a couple days later, bing. Oh, who's that?
LB, sir.
LB. Oh, it's LB again.
Well, I already feel bad for not hitting the first time.
What?
I already feel bad for not getting back to him the first time.
So now you go bing, LinkedIn request.
Hey, what the fucks?
Okay. Bing, LinkedIn message. What? Bing, Instagram. Weird. You know, bing, Grinder. Bing, right. You know, bing, 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 bing.
No, I'm with you.
You know,
and you know what? I got some notes on this shit, bro.
All right, let me know.
And when I was listening to it today, it had me feeling all kind of certain ways. So I know this. I'm in a position where I hire people, and I've hired a lot of people. And I don't want to get harassed about a job. I don't want people fucking harassing me about a job. I had an old school homie, won't even say his name, bro. Old school homie since the 3rd grade. He hit me up for a job yesterday. I can't vouch for that, dude. You know what I'm saying? Love him to death. He's a homie like a motherfucker, but he donates plasma to get money. I'm not vouching for him, right?
Yeah.
And I don't have to explain that. And number two, Al B, you don't pay my cell phone bill. So if I don't want to return your fucking call, text, LinkedIn, fucking YouTube, whatever you got going on, that's my right. I don't owe you jack shit. And I really don't owe you jack shit if we're not even fucking teammates no more. A lot of people, when you're teammates, you'll play a game, right? But I don't know, man. I'm just saying, she don't owe you shit, number one. I think he's overthinking it and he's borderline creepy. If you reach out 2 to 3 times at the most, and if someone doesn't get back to you, leave them the fuck alone. I'm sorry, beat that out. Leave them alone. Good. People don't owe you a reason. It would be nice, but it's not their obligation to make sure.
You know what? There's a little something that I learned about.
Satisfied.
No, there's a little something that I learned, a long time about. I learned a long time ago about. It's a little thing called get the hint.
Right.
And
you know what comes after get the hint? Get the fuck out of here.
You know what? And see, I have a story that's, let me see, how do I put this? Way more personal than LB's situation, right? Okay. I have a friend that I lost touch with for, I don't want to say no reason, but we were closer than me and my brother. It's not like me and my brother are the closest people of all time, but I'm saying, I have a brother, I have a sister, I have 1 and 1.
Sister.
This person, super close to me, right? And we went in different directions. We ended up, kind of losing touch a little bit. We weren't in one direction. So bad I wanted to be, and I wanted to be Harry Styles.
Me too. Yeah.
I wanted to be Harry. I would have even been Liam, but
okay.
And I hit this person up, after we hadn't talked for a minute, and hey, then nothing. I hit him up again. Not even, hey, let's kick it. Just, hey, hope you're doing well. Miss my homie. Talk to you soon. Whatever. Boom.
Fair enough.
Probably did that. And I know they're not in the best place. So just hit them up. Hey, you know what? There's people out there that care about you. Did that a handful of times. I'm at the point now where get the hint, right? Get the hint. And so I'm
in a different mode. They're in a different mode, and I'm not fucking with you right now.
And see, the thing is
that it doesn't have to be your fault.
The thing is that I might hit him up again. I might hit him up tomorrow. I might hit him up tonight. But it's kind of like when I am going to hit him up, I'm like, should I? Or should I get the hint? You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, though, and that's something completely different. But if I'm thinking that with somebody who I was at one point closer with than my own blood brother, and I'm thinking, all right, is it time for me to get the hint?
It's time for you to get the hint.
If it's time for me to get the hint, it's time for me to get the hint. But now you're looking at LB and this
who didn't get the hint,
who never got the hint, with somebody he worked with for what, couple of years or something,
They don't owe you jack shit. We all have worked with someone that we didn't necessarily care for. Take that back. We're all working with someone right now that you don't necessarily care for.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't know it because you're playing the game. You're in a corporate environment or whatever environment you're in. You're trying to survive. Mm-hmm. You're trying to not make life hell at work.
Hallelujah.
Right. And you're doing what you have to do to get by. And there's people at your work right now that you fucking can't stand, but you're really not trying to kick up no dust for no reason. Everybody got them, bro. And maybe that person was Al B. So I'm going to finish my shit. Mm-hmm. So they have no obligation to you to pad your insecurity. And if they don't ever feel like talking to you again for whatever reason they choose, That's their fucking business. I'm not saying it's polite, professional, or the right thing to do. But if someone gets me all fired up for whatever reason they do, and I don't want to talk to them no more, I don't have to fucking respond to you to make it right.
Yeah.
Ghosting is the new thing to do, bro. It just is what it is. And you know what? And then they talked about Rich, after I guess Cavino Rich didn't get renewed, he talked about fucking he had to see some people at some events or whatnot, and how do you respond? And my personal opinion is you respond like a fucking professional.
Yeah.
If you don't want to keep it weird, you pretend like it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And G.I. Joe told you knowing was half the battle. So at least you know where you stand with this person.
Yeah. You know what? Let me give you another example.
Okay.
We all know recently, or if you listen to this show, you're a regular listener. You know that recently I had a couple of procedures done, a little bit of surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this man that I've always been cordial with, at work. Older dude, I know a lot of people that don't care for him, but I've always been like, it's a cool dude, whatever. Whatever, well, whatever. Not cool dude, but not a terrible dude.
Right.
And I heard from a couple of really reliable sources that when I was out for those couple of weeks, that he was talking smack about how when he had his surgery, which I don't know what it was, right? But from what I was told from multiple people is that when he had his surgery, he didn't take any time off.
Who fucking cares?
And I'm like, and you know what? The thing is,
good
though,
fucking for you, pal. I don't tell you.
The thing is
hey,
I'm like,
hey, Cal Ripken never missed a game, but guess what? He's not considered the GOAT. Jordan missed games. LeBron misses all kind of fucking games. Kobe missed games. Cal Ripken didn't miss no games, but he got that record. But he ain't the GOAT. He ain't even the GOAT of his position.
and you know what? And the thing is, I'm like, okay. There was multiple people that were around when he said this, and I heard the same story from multiple people. I was like, okay.
You should stick a banana in his tailpipe, bro.
No, so you know what? I'm like, all right then. I've heard from people in the past how he is or this or that, but I was like, you know what? I never like to judge people on what other people have said about them because that's not my experience with them though, right? So I've always just been, hey,
but you know what, bro? People don't normally make that shit up. If more than one person's telling you the same bullshit about the same motherfucker, it's probably true.
And well, now I've learned that, but I think at the time I was like, and this is,
let me give you an example.
Yeah, years into me knowing this person.
When you heard rumors about chicks in high school that gave it up, were they giving it up?
Of course.
I'm just
for the most part.
Just saying. Continue.
Oh, want to hear something funny?
I do.
I remember. Okay.
I like jokes.
So, Doug, I remember. All right. So there was this chick in high school, and I was digging her. I dug out. I
like DJ Quick.
Doug, she in my mind, she was like she was the big bee's knees,
First
and
bees?
I ended up dating her for a little bit.
Ooh.
But I remember before that, in my mind, she was this big old whore, right? But she wasn't. She was a virgin, right? And
what made you think she was a whore? Confused.
Just well, she was like flirty and stuff, and but it was just like, I don't know, just dudes like talking and it was really, and she was, and it was dudes really talking because I ended up getting really close with her. We became like really good friends and stuff, this and this, whatever. But I remember it was funny because before we got like super close.
Did you?
Whatever she would tell me, Doug, hey, she would say like anything. Hey, guess what? Or
chicken butt.
Oh man, like anytime it was like there was a pause before she told me a story, I would go, "You're pregnant." And I remember, dog, she was like, "Why do you always think that?" Right? And I was like, "Oh, I heard you were a whore," you know. But
Told her that?
no,
Oh.
but in my mind, I was thinking that, right? But it was just funny though, because every time she'd be like, "Oh, so guess what I found out this weekend?" Right? I'd be like, "You're pregnant." And, it was just so funny though. But the thing is, in that instance, it was a little, yeah, she wasn't, yeah, whatever. Anyway,
Hey, Mito can vouch for this. One time we were at the bar. It was actually called the Crossroads, and it was in Fresno. And
yeah,
this strange chick tried to come hang out with us and kick it with us. And
was her
we're
name Bone
outside.
Thugs
I
at the
don't even know her
Crossroads?
name, bro. I don't know, but I don't know her name. But I asked her if I could ask. We were all in a group smoking weed and shit. And there's like 15 of us, and then this chick. And I remember asking her if she takes loads to the face.
You asked her that?
Oh fuck yeah, Mito can vouch for that. Well, and the other 12 people that were in the circle. But
Was it like that? Hey, do you take loads to the face,
I
or
said,
was
hey,
it?
can I ask you a personal question? And because here's what happened. So check it out. Okay, fuck it. I'm breaking the story. No, I'm breaking the story down. So we're outside smoking weed. The Crossroads was cool. The bartender smoked weed. The bouncer smoked weed. I knew all of them. They let us smoke weed, right? 2009. So we would go there and kick it and get all fucked up. And we can go outside and obviously smoke weed. And the workers are smoking with us. So at this particular time, we're all out there chiefing. And this fucking chick rolls by in a car and she sees everyone outside. Says, "Is it happening or live or popping or whatever the fuck she said inside?" And I'm like, "Hey, yeah, we're kicking it." She's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go fight with my boyfriend, come back, and I'm gonna kick it with you guys." Cool. Well, we went back out there in our next session, and sure enough, the bitch showed up. Right. And so
Yeah,
we're out there chiefing again, and she starts hanging out with us. So fucking she's kicking it, and she's trying to fit in, and she's talking, and motherfuckers trying to say stuff to make you think they're cool or whatnot. So we're out there chiefing, and I'm all faded, and I just asked her, "Hey, can I ask you a personal question?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Are you sure? I don't want you to get mad at me." She said, "Go for it." And I said, "Do you take loads to the face?" And our friend Crystal, who was the bartender, she's like, "I do, I do, I do." She stuck her hand up and shit. And
who
that
was
chick
she?
said,
Kel from Keenan and Kel?
I don't know.
I do.
I don't know. I guess. I don't know. Lows of the
Somebody
face,
got
bro.
that. Somebody out there got that right.
Anyways, crazy shit. Next, what's cracking?
I have something that
What?
I thought was common knowledge, to where Cavino and Rich started talking about it, and
Mhm.
immediately on the in-show chat, I put, they were talking about AC Slater from Saved by the Bell,
I heard that. AC
right?
Sanchez.
Yeah. And so they were talking, they, as soon as they go, Mario Lopez put a post on Instagram about, this year marks 30 years or something since Zach
Oh
and
shit.
Slater had their fight or whatever.
Really?
They had the biggest fight on TV or something because they got
Oh,
into
I
like a
remember that
fist fight
fight.
or whatever. And I put in the chat, "Oh, you mean or no, I put, they said Zach and Slater, and I put AC Sanchez, right?"
Okay. Someone didn't
Because
like that.
that was like a little inside joke for me that I assumed people knew.
Well, if they listen to the show, they would know.
Then they go into the tangent about how they didn't know that they were like, "Oh, well, I knew his name was Albert Clifford Slater." But I was like, "No, it was, that was the whole thing." And I guess I give them a little, I kind of get it, because when that episode came out was the college years, which
Okay.
they weren't the Saved by the Bell that everybody remembers, right?
No.
And so, but in
It was
my
some other
mind,
shit, right?
in my mind, since it was like a big storyline, on the show in the college years, I
Right.
figured everybody knew it and it was common knowledge. But then they start cracking up like they can't believe it. And Spot's like, AC Sanchez, and I was like, that wasn't common knowledge. So I want people. This is basically what I'm getting to. I want people to let us know in the comments. Did you know that? Was it? Was I just too Saved by the Bell obsessed? Was it something that you knew, Al Kakoi? Was it something that I'm He knew? Was it something that Funky Monkey knew? Was it something that Carl Reinhardt knew? Was it something that Luis knew? Did you guys know?
Joey in Texas.
Joey in Texas hit me up today. Was it you guys? Did you guys know that or was I just a Saved by the Bell nerd?
I don't know. I think well, you were probably Saved by the Bell nerd for sure, but maybe there were other nerds out there too. Who
Yeah.
knows?
So let us know in the comments. Did you know that? Were you surprised the first time you heard it? Was it on Cavino and Rich that you found out that AC Slater was really Sanchez? I don't
Hey
know. Let us know.
Sanchez,
But I had that on my notes where AC. And you know what? Actually, staying on that same tip. Let's talk about
Tip Dog.
the show California Dreams. Do you remember that show?
No.
Okay. So California Dreams, I'm gonna look it up real quick so I can see the year that it came out.
Okay.
California
Who was in
Dreams.
it?
Do you remember Kelly? Was it what was her name? Kelly.
That's a hard no,
Oh, the
bro.
show came out in 1992. I'm wrong. Okay. So there was a chick, probably the most famous one from
I
the
remember Kelly
cast.
Kapowski.
Okay, the most famous one from the cast was probably Kelly Packard. She was this blonde chick. She did I think she was like a anchor or like a
Hey, bro, if you got to explain it, she lost.
okay. So anyway, yeah, everybody else I'm looking at, I don't think was very.
They lost too.
You know what though? Hey, I'll give her a shout out. I mean,
What's
I'll
that?
give her some credit
Okay.
because in the 90s she was on California Dreams. She made, she was a guest star on a lot of shows, probably City Guys, Malibu CA, some of these 90s shows that, whatever, weren't the biggest, where they weren't the Saved by the Bell. But she made cameos on these shows.
Right.
And well, Jimmy Fallon in like 2013 or something, he gets the cast of California Dreams back together. And he's kind of asking them all like, hey, what are you guys up to? And Kelly Packard, even though she's like the most famous one from the group,
Okay.
she says, oh, I've done this, I did this, and I did this. But she realizes there's smaller things, right? It's not like, oh, I just did the halftime show at the Super Bowl. So, dog, she's always been to me like super likable. I thought she was hot when I was a kid. Super likable.
I could tell.
But she even kind of laughs and she tells Jimmy, like, I'm trying to stay active. I'm trying. Like, she kind of throws it out there, like, I know I'm not freaking the whoever of today, I get it. But I've been trying to stay busy with work,
She
and
got some good pee.
so I thought that was cool. But when I first started talking about this, I said, oh my goodness, I was wrong because the show came out in 1992 and I had it flipped. So do you remember? I doubt it, but I have to
No.
ask the collective you.
Nice
Let
try.
us know in the comments. Do you remember on Boy Meets World a character named Harley
No.
Kiner?
Nope.
Okay. Well, on Boy Meets World season 2, I believe. Yeah, it was season 2 that Corey gets to high school because they're starting high school at 7th grade, like Rich Davis did.
Right.
And he meets this dude named Harley Kiner, who's like a senior, but he's like a 12th year senior, right? Because
Okay.
he's been doing senior
Yes.
year 50 million times. So he looks like he's like 25 or 30. Well, I thought that one of the main characters from California Dreams named Jake,
Mhm.
I thought he was a ripoff of Harley Kiner
Jake the
because
Flake.
his name was Jake. He wore a leather jacket. He was the cool guy. He had like the flip back pompadour, and
Pampa don't.
so in my mind, all the way up until the second, I always thought, oh, Jake was a knockoff Harley Kiner. But now looking at this show, Boy Meets World came out in 1993 was when it premiered. So 1994, we'll say season 2. 1994 is when Harley Kiner first came out.
Right.
California Dreams aired in 1992. So Harley Kiner was actually a knockoff of Jake from California Dreams, not the other way around.
Fighter, bro. He bit their style.
Oh my goodness. That's what we do here on the After Show, but later. We make connections that you didn't know you needed to know, but now you
Well,
know.
with that, I got a question, bro. The battle of the Jimmys, who wins, Kimmel or Fallon? ABC versus NBC. Who kicks whose ass?
I think, and this is only me,
I think. Okay.
Jimmy Fallon's pretty good friends with the Justin Timberlake, so I feel like Justin's a cool dude to know.
Yeah. Who wins in a fist fight? Fallon or Kimmel?
I don't know. Let me see. Who would win? Oh, don't let me forget.
Kimmel gonna kick the dog shit out of him.
Okay. Yeah, but I feel like that too, in a way, because do you remember what Adam Carolla did before he was Adam Carolla?
What was he, fucking Adam Centra?
No, oh, there you go.
Fucking Adam fucking what?
Adam
What was
Carolla.
he?
You remember Adam Carolla, right? From
Adam Civic?
the Adam Carolla, they were
Yes.
what were
Haven't seen him in a minute, but yes,
but it
I
was
remember who he
Jimmy, it was
was.
Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla. They were
Yeah.
the Dirty Men or some shit. They had a TV show. What was it called?
Did some weird shit, but
But
yeah, I remember that.
okay, well, Adam Carolla, before he became Adam Carolla that everybody knows, he was a boxing coach. So you don't think him and Jimmy Kimmel sparred a little bit, got to know each other, became friends? Hey, what do you like to do to work out? Do you play basketball? Do you go to the gym? Oh, I'm a boxing instructor. Hey, you know what? Let's spar a little bit. So for that, I would give it to Jimmy Kimmel.
They should have a match, bro. If Jake Paul and KSI and all these fuckers are the YouTubers and the social media fuckers are gonna have fights, can't we get one with like Jimmy Kimmel versus Jimmy Fallon? I'm just saying.
I have something that Covino actually asked us to discuss. Or I don't want to say he asked us. He
brought it up on the show.
He brought it up. So I have to ask you, who would win in a fight? Paco from, what was it? American Me? Or Bob? Or no, it was Blood In, Blood Out or American Me? I forget.
I forget too.
You know what?
Bob, right?
Let's or Bob from La Bamba.
Pull the clip.
Let's see. Blood In.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Bob from La Bamba.
Let's see.
Pull the clip.
Blood In, Blood Out, real quick. I ain't got the clip. Let me see. Blood In, Blood Out. Miklo. Paco. Okay. So Paco is from Blood In, Blood Out. So was it Paco or was it Bob from La Bamba?
Bob from La Bamba's winning.
You think so? I think Bob was a bitch.
He didn't give a fuck.
Oh, there we go. Hey, there we go with Rich. He's a little bitch. I guess we do say that sometimes. But Paco, I think Paco would freaking beat the shit out of Bob. Bob, in my mind, was a pussy.
He had all kind of emotional issues. He's gonna snap.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't.
He was never good enough for nobody. He was never.
But wasn't Paco a boxer in Blood In, Blood Out?
Yeah, but Bob was a savage.
I don't know. I think
he lived life on the edge.
I don't know. There's just something about their demeanor that to me says that, yeah, Bob might be Mr. Cool Guy, but there's something about it. There's some. Was it a switchblade?
Bob's a G, bro. He's a vato.
Was it a switchblade?
He's a sucio vato.
We never saw
dirty, bro.
We never saw what happened after he did the switchblade. Maybe it was one of those combs.
It might be, but he can slick his fucking pompadon.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about him. To me, Bob looks too soft. He looks like Paco is more of like, I don't know. I feel like Paco would fuck him up. I don't even think it would be a question.
Bob will fucking shank him.
No, Bob would lose and then go home and beat his wife.
And then Paco beat them both.
I'm chucking dice all over your theory.
No, bro, you already said he beat somebody, so he beat them both.
Where's my fuck out of here fucking button?
Get the fook.
But anyway, I'm glad we touched on that because Covino brought that up a couple of weeks ago and we still haven't touched on it. So
no, it was time.
Let me see.
What about Mike 525, bro? Did you see he made the NFL's post?
Oh no, he really did?
He did. No, I think it was the Giants, Tennessee trying to kick a field goal at the end, and they missed it, and the Giants won, and he recorded it and put it on fucking Instapost or whatever. And
Yeah.
I guess the NFL reposted it, and he was all fucking stoked.
Doug, I'm gonna kind of piggyback on what you fucking said with Instapuss, but I'm gonna start
Yes.
using Instapot whenever I'm talking to
Okay.
like younger people about
Instapot.
Instagram and shit. I'm just gonna be like,
Yes.
hey, I saw this shit that this dude posted on Instapot. I just kind of drop it in a conversation and see if anybody picks it up.
They
I
will.
can't drop an Instapuss with a younger kid. But
But hey, but Mike can't predict games for shit. But at least he made the NFL's fucking post.
hey,
He's horrible. He's horrible. I mean, I like Mike 525. We root for that kid. We really do. He's in college. He's gonna have a degree here soon, and we root for Mike. But no, he can't pick games. He's fucking horrible at that shit.
hey, you know what? We have more people that actually a lot of our listens come from we have audio, but a lot of them come from the Facebook,
So,
from the Facebook video, right?
bro,
But listen to this. I love that our YouTube numbers are trash, but it's all good because when the people watch it, they watch it. You want to know how I know
how do you
that?
know, bro?
This is how I know that they're paying attention when they're watching it because for the people that don't know, last week El Kukui wasn't physically here like he is today. Can you raise your hand real quick just so they can see that you're physically here? Okay, there he goes. He lifted his hand. So so last week Al Kukui wasn't physically here.
No,
So what we
El
did,
Kukui was in the car.
so El Kukui was in the car. But I go, hey, I'm a smart guy, right? What I'll
Got
do
brains.
is I'll throw an Al Kukui next to me from a previous episode and nobody will ever get it. Right? Nobody will ever understand because if they see us talking and they see, whatever they see,
Vato nods.
nobody will ever know. Well, then we get a message or a comment on our on our YouTube, and the funkiest of monkeys is like, hey,
Yeah.
she's like, hey, I got really high last night and I'm tripping.
Yeah,
She
funky
was
monkey.
like,
Good for her.
what's going on with Al Kukui? And I was like, hey, she was like, he's really tripping me out. And I was like, hey, you might
What I
still be
do.
high because she couldn't put together, didn't know why. At some points you were chilling, but the audio was like, you were like, you know what really fires me up? And then you're in the video.
I had hot takes on last
In the
episode.
video, you're just like this, nodding. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Vato
But
nodding.
yeah, it was just, oh my goodness. It
That's
was,
great.
I go, you know what? Somebody might catch it, but I go, nobody's gonna say anything.
Funky Munchie caught it. That said something.
Yeah. I thought that was hilarious, man. So shout out to the funkiest of monkeys because that was cool. With the other
And
cool
you know
people.
what? And catch us on our shit. When that happens, call it out.
It's funny. That was hilarious. Hey, you know what? We got to do that to make sure you guys are listening. And you know what? The next time something like that happens, we'll have to send you guys a shirt or a pop socket or something.
You thought you were slicker than worms.
I was. I go, look
she
at
called
how
you on your shit.
I go, look how dope this looks. I even sent you a video when I was editing. I go, Doug, look at how dope this looks.
It looked good.
It was so
Monkey.
funny. But Funky Monkey, can you
That's great.
it was probably like earlier today, Doug. I started tripping because for those of you that don't know, me and El Kukui are friends outside of the after show, but later. So we were talking earlier today. I forgot that I had connected my phone earlier today to the surround sound in my living room. So I'm talking to El Kukui, and all of a sudden I hear somebody in my living room. And I was like, I go, hey, is that you? And you're like, oh, yeah, I just walked into like Circle K or 7-Eleven or something. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I heard it again. And then I start tripping because I'm like, yo, nobody's right here at the pad. Is somebody here? I'm like, it's only me and my daughter. I'm like, am I getting robbed? And you're like, no, it's me. I'm cool. It's me. And I was like, and then I hear it again in my living room. So I go out to my living room and I just hear you talking in my living room. And I was like, oh man, I was tripping. So Funky Monkey had one of those moments herself last
the
week.
edibles, kids.
So yeah, man. So
You were getting robbed like Van Winkle.
exactly.
You know who that is, right?
Of course. Come on now.
Remember when he got hung over the balcony?
For what? What was he?
Suge
He was
Knight.
blanket?
No, Suge Knight got his ass.
Did he really?
Yeah, that's how he got that contract.
Really?
You never heard the story of Suge Knight hanging Rob Van Winkle over the fucking balcony?
Enlighten me. I never heard this story.
No, we're gonna let everyone Google it. But yeah, Death Row, Suge Knight, Punk, Vanilla Ice.
All right. I'm gonna have to watch a documentary tonight. Oh man. Hey, did you hear that Rich Davis got bitch slapped by a pigeon?
No, but I believe it, and I hope they shit on his hood.
So Rich, he even gives the exact street that he was on in New York. He was like, I was on like 42nd Street, or maybe it was 47th.
Getting his Taylor hams.
And he said there was this little kid that was poking at these pigeons with an umbrella. And Rich is walking. Well, I guess the pigeons were annoyed by the little kid, so the flock of them flew away. So the pigeons fly away.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the pigeons, as it's flying away, slaps Rich in the face with its wing.
Good for that.
All right. So there's a lady that lives next door to me. We call her the pigeon lady.
You wish you could slap her with that pigeon's wing, huh?
And hey, I'm around hundreds of pigeons every day.
Really?
Not, Doug. It's ridiculous. Like
a BB gun?
I don't know.
Mike Tyson live next door.
Boy,
and he's on Hulu, and he's got nice little theories, and his theories are really nice. But I like pigeons.
I know he does. You know what? Every day when I come out, I walk outside. I'm about to get in my car.
Mike Tyson.
I see all the pigeons, and I think about Mike Tyson because I'm like, I can't stand this lady with her 3 million pigeons. Dog, she buys these. You know, like the big old.
They shit in your car? How much bird shits on your car?
No, they stay in her little area because she feeds them. She freaking. So check this out. She has.
When you're sleeping in the middle of the night, do you ever hear?
She has, those big old sacks of dog food that are like, I don't know how big they are, 40, 50 pounds, these big ass sack,
I does.
Well, she has those of like these like grains or rice or whatever. Because she feed or whatever the hell it is that she feeds to these pigeons. So every day, I'm not even lying. I don't want to say 100, but they're wing to wing on her roof.
Wing to wing. You said fucking wing to wing.
They're wing to wing on her roof.
Wing to wing.
In rows. Dog, these look like shark teeth.
For real?
Rows, they're wing to wing, looking down and like,
what kind of BB gun you got, bro? You a Daisy Crossman or what?
Oh man, yeah.
Glock makes a good BB gun. It's pretty accurate.
But every day I walk outside and I see them and I'm like, you know what? But these pigeons bring her comfort. She's 300 years old. She's gonna die any day now. I just let her have her pigeons. Let her have her pigeons.
Comfort. What?
Comfort.
Let her have the pigeons. But I got some mo shit. Some mo.
All right, let's hear your mo shit.
So, the guys were talking age gaps in relationships. You catch that?
I did.
Would you date an older woman?
Older. Ooh.
Older woman.
Ooh, you threw me off right there.
Cut off.
Older. How much older?
I'm asking you. You tell me. What's your limit? No limit, Master P. What is yours?
Let me see.
Or do you have no limit, like Master P?
I don't know if I could do older because I feel like
you're like 30 something. What do you mean?
Yeah. So I'm 30.
You couldn't stab a hot 40-year-old?
I could, but I could. You see, you're asking different questions now.
Okay, never mind. Go back to the original
you
question.
You said stab a hot 40-year-old. I'd stab a hot 90-year-old if she was hot. You're saying you're saying hot. So what is she, 90, but she looks 45? Hey,
Okay. All right.
but you're talking a
He's in it.
relationship.
Okay, fine.
I feel
Fair enough.
like I feel like anybody that's more than like 2 years, no, I would say 8 to 10 years would be the absolute cutoff for me. 8 years is pushing
Fair
it.
enough.
8 years is pushing it for me because all right, I think of my brother. He's 6 years older than me. So I
Okay.
think of people that I know that are his age, and I'm like, oh, they're cool. They like my brother just turned 40 a few months ago, and I'm like, all right, I know people that are his age, and I'm like, they're
Well, he'll
cool.
be there soon.
So I'm like, they're cool,
Mm-hmm.
but more than that, I don't know because I feel like they're still young enough to where we're cool. We get a lot of the same references, whatever, whatever. But I feel like more than that, I would be way too immature for them. I don't think they would dig me if that makes sense.
You have a TikTok?
Yeah. Well, we have the after show TikTok.
I know that. I just double checking that you knew that. But with that being said, there's chicks on there all day long that want younger men and want your immaturity. They want it, bro. Keeps them young. And they're hot. And I got this friend. I got a friend.
Okay, you know what? Actually, how old's like Kate Beckinsale? She's got to be in her 40s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I could mature up for her. I could get my
I
shit
mean,
together. I could not be as immature for her.
bro, I got a friend, and we're teaching each other's language. She's trying to learn English. I'm trying to learn Spanish, and we hang out. She's hella cool, and she's just a friend. But she's my age, bro, and she's bad. I mean, I don't even know what to tell you, bro. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, as far as for me, I think it depends on the dude, number one. But I think it also depends on like bad is bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like either someone's beautiful or they're not.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And pure beauty, I don't think really can be defined by age to a certain extent.
Well, think about it. Think about like the Shakiras and J-Lo's and Gwen Stefani's of the world.
Shakira's still fine, bro, and she's got to be mid late 40s.
She is. She's like 47, 48.
She's bad.
J-Lo's 50. Gwen Stefani's about 50.
Too. Oh, that's you.
They're bad.
Have fun.
They're bad.
No. The first two are. You can have the third.
You don't think? Okay, I'll tell you this. I
would stab Gwen Stefani with your dick.
I came around to Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, no,
and I remember my junior year of high school, my teacher was also the football coach. He was in love with her, and I was like, what the hell does he see in her? She is gross. But over the last like 5-10 years, I think she's pretty bad, especially at her age. She's old as dog shit, as white dog shit, and she still looks bad.
Old turds with the fucking mold on top, or what?
She is. And you know what? And okay, let's go back to Shakira and J-Lo, right?
She's an old turd with the mold on top.
50 is not what 50 was like when we were kids, right?
Oh, no.
Okay, if you go back 30 years, my nana's 84. So go back to, let me see, to like when I was 10, right? So we're going back 24 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she was, how old would that make her? 24 years ago? She's
54.
60. No, she'd be 60. 70, okay. 84. So she was 60. Doug, back when I was 10, 9, 8, 5, my nana looked exactly like she looks right now. When she was 55, 60. She did not look like J-Lo. I'll tell you that much. And I love my nana to death. But she did not look like J-Lo. So I you know what? If J-Lo was like, hey, and
I'll beat J-Lo down.
Say I ever found myself single one day, and J-Lo ever found herself single one day,
and there were a couple Blue Chews on the table,
and we just happened to run into each other at Save Mart.
It's motherfucker.
We ran into each other.
Shout out to my Save Mart people.
I never even been to a Save Mart. I never even seen one. But
They're nice.
the way you talk them up, hey,
J-Lo might shop there
if
one
you
day.
see me, Doug, that actually reminds me of there's a King of Queens where Kevin James, he's like, he's trying to backtrack his steps, right? And his wife's like, well, what did you do here? He's like, all right, well, I was by Foot Locker and I saw some Doug, he goes, I saw Celine Dion. And Leah Remini looks at him and she goes, Celine. And she goes, Celine Dion shops at Foot Locker, like looking at him like, are you fucking stupid, right? And he goes, right. No, Celine Dion works at Foot Locker.
Even dumber.
The chick he saw looked like Celine Dion. So, hey, if you see me at Save Mart trying to spit some game to J-Lo, just mind your business. That's all I'm saying, right?
I leave you the fuck alone.
All right, then you know what? Then 50 is my cutoff. All right, right now.
I don't have a cutoff. You know what I mean? Sexy. I mean, like I said, that
well, too bad the queen just died, dog. You could have been at that, you know?
Because like I said though, but my friend, she looks about 30, bro. You wouldn't even know that she was my age.
Yeah.
So it just depends on, and are they relevant? You know what I'm saying? Are they listening to old people music or they listen to the new shit? Like what's their gig? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll tell you, dog, I went to a Mexican concert a couple days ago and it was crazy.
Celine Dion was there?
There was no, dog, but there was people that's what's crazy about like Mexican music, I think. And well, I guess any music, but I don't know. For some reason, I feel like Mexican music, there's music that like your parents like, that you like, that kids younger than you like when they come like to these Mexican legends, you know? And it's crazy when I think about it. Cause like when at that concert, somebody was there. It was I think their 83rd birthday.
83rd?
Some dude named, they shouted him out. He was in the front row. His name was Epifanio, right?
Okay.
So they shout out
Epifanio, you get it, boy.
They shout out Epifanio. They were like, Epifanio, they're feliz cumpleaños, tiene 84 años, and and everybody was like going crazy, and it was the 15th of September, so the 16th of September is the Mexican Independence Day, so they were like Viva Mexico, Epifanio, whatever. But then there was some bad Latinas that were 25, 22. There was so from all over the spectrum, all over the spectrum of age and everything. So yeah, man. But
that's nice.
Just wanted to shout out Epifanio, to be honest.
Shout him out. That's great. Hey, so I got a question too. So on one of the shows this week, I heard Rich talking about Cobra Kai and basically how they release all the episodes at once. And then he said something about Netflix and they should go back to a slow release versus the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on that? What do you think, man? Is Rich full of shit again?
I don't know. I don't know because I think about something like Better Call Saul. All right, this is a good example because I watched it at the time when it came out, episode by episode. Or even when like Netflix,
it was hard to watch.
When Netflix even released like the first season or whatever, right? Watched it, was still kind of slow, whatever. A month or so ago when I had my surgery, I binged the whole series, all 6 seasons of Better Call Saul. And for me, that it made the series way more dope. Because I got to get through all the slow episodes and the brother episodes where, the electricity and all that, where you're kind of like, what, where is this going?
Bro, they were crawling episodes.
They were, so I got through, and then you get to Nacho, right? You get to these dudes that, and these parts of these episodes. And then all of a sudden there's Gus. There's freaking Pollos Hermanos.
Or there's fucking Gus.
So if it wasn't for Netflix having them all on their network like that, I maybe never would have gotten through Better Call Saul. If
I
it was
haven't.
released a few times at a few episodes at a time, I probably never would have gotten through it.
I
So
haven't.
so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know what the better model is, but right now I know Netflix is leaning in that direction. Hulu does it
Like a
right now.
cholo
Right now, my girl is obsessed with this show called the the Patient or some shit. It's with Steve Carell.
on Hulu. Yeah.
They've only released like 3 episodes, right? And my
Right.
girl's like fiending for it. Like, man, she's like, they don't come on. She watched like the three
I'm like, that was
episodes.
Mike and the new Lakers show.
She watched the 3 episodes or whatever, and now she's like fiending for it. I watched them and I was like, all right, whatever. It's
Yeah, I
decent,
didn't like
whatever.
it.
Yeah, okay. I get it, whatever.
I
But
didn't.
it's just like whatever. But so there's people that are fiending for it like that. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's something like Cobra Kai where they know people are going to be fiending for it. Maybe they release it here and there to keep
I think
people
2 episodes at a time is great, bro.
keep people talking about it for months, right? Rather than if they release it like now all at once, people are going to talk about it for 2-3 weeks and then boom, no more Cobra Kai. Where's season 6, right? But if they release 2 episodes at a time,
Like Mike.
the gap between season 5 and season 6 may only be a month or two rather than 6 months, a year.
Right. I like the
So
two at a time. That's Mike just did that. And that shit was dope, dude. So Cavino took Melody to Universal Studios at 2 something on a Tuesday, and he got to ride all the rides. So what's your favorite theme park? Who you guys fucking with out there in Yuma? And when do you like to go? You got annual passes. I heard Rich bring up annual pass. I got an
annual
annual pass
passes.
story. I got an annual pass. I got a story about that.
Doug, this shit's lagging so hard right now. Funky Monkey is gonna think that we're trying to pull some shit on her again this week. Right
What do you
now,
mean?
I don't know why it's lagging. It's lagging all hard. Is my computer like heating up and shit? And it's all crazy. Maybe because we've been going at this for a minute. My computer's tripping. But let me see. What was I gonna tell you? What was I gonna tell you? Oh, you said annual passes and stuff. We don't really have anything here, to be honest. We have a water park, quote unquote water park. It ain't. I mean, it's I.
In the drought?
It's a yeah. Dog, Arizona don't give a shit. You know.
Funk or Wagnall or what?
Nah. We actually went a few times. This year. If you don't go more than like 3 times, it ain't really worth it.
Get the
But
pass?
to get
No.
the annual pass. But no, we
What
took
about the
Kennedy
annual
a
ass?
couple of times or whatever. But nah, as far as okay, theme park and stuff,
Where you guys go?
I'm trying
What's
to
what's the
think
best
of.
ride? So let me ask you this. So Kennedy is old enough and she's tall enough to ride all the rides, and you want to share your roller coaster experience with her. Where are you taking her? And what ride are you getting on first?
I'm not a big roller coaster person though. So
What?
yeah, so that's my girl's thing, you know. She loves
What?
hey, whatever. It's 2022, man. I'm comfortable who I am.
What
But
else?
now Kennedy is a little daredevil. She loves rides.
Well,
She
good for
loves
her. Bad for
she
you.
yeah, but I'm trying to think. Uh I don't know really. I can't think of anything. Where's your go-to? I mean, I haven't been to like Six Flags in I don't know how long. Knott's Berry Farm. I think I went once when I was a kid. I
They're
mean,
good fried chicken.
I never been to Universal Studios, you
That's
know.
dope.
I don't know. So I can't I don't think I'm the best person to ask for this. So but
Bro, in 2016, Magic Mountain had a deal, or Six Flags had a deal. And
yeah.
you can go to any Six Flags park, especially out here on the West Coast, and it was like $9 a month, bro, and it included parking. And when you go to park there and you don't have a pass, that's just 25, $30 to begin with. So just having the pass saves you 30 shanks as soon as you show up. You know what I mean?
30
And
shanks.
at 90 bucks, at $9 a month, we won. I mean, me
Yes.
and Augustina had passes and we paid for the kids. And I think I paid like $15 a month and she paid like $15 a month. But we got a lot of visits out of that. And kind of like Rich said, or Cavino did with the Tuesday at 2:00, if you hit those right times, bro, like you kill it. Because if you hit the bad times, dude, if you hit in Cali, if you hit a Magic Mountain, a Disneyland, a Universal Studios at the wrong time, and you're there for 8 hours, you might hit 4 rides.
Yeah, yeah. Even with
Straight out.
No, like I remember the last time I went to Disney, even with the fast pass these days,
You might hit 8.
but yeah, even with the fast pass these days, it's not even that fast. When the fast pass,
it's like the slow
no,
pass.
like when the fast pass came out back in the day, and only a few people had it. You were throwing that bitch right there, boom, and they'd put your ass on the front of the ride, right? You're good.
Right.
That now, right. The last time we were at Disney, it's like, oh, you got the fast pass? Cool. Come back at 2:40 and you can ride this ride for the fast pass or whatever. And then you have to,
if
like,
you miss it, you're fucked.
Yeah, you have to schedule the fast pass. What kind of bullshit is that?
It's janky, is what it
is. It is janky. I don't care how many shankies that you save.
No, and I'm with you on that.
Shout out to Eddie. Doug, I went to school with a kid named Eddie Janky. And I could not, Doug, even to this day, I see his name on like Facebook or whatever, like whenever I'm scrolling through my shit. And I see Eddie Janky. And growing up around as many Mexicans as I did, it is the funniest shit ever because all I could think about is the New York Yankees.
Well, what about the janky promoters?
There are janky promoters.
You never watched that movie?
No, there's a movie called The Janky Promoters.
Bro, it's Ice Cube and Mike Epps, Day Day.
Okay. What's it?
And they have a movie called Janky Promoter. You never seen that?
Nah.
Bro, shame on you.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Have you ever seen a movie called Rounders?
Have not.
Shame on you. Okay. Are we even now? Bro. Can we move on with our lives?
Steve and Even. We can. Absolutely we can.
And Even Stevens. Have you ever seen Even Stevens?
Haven't seen that shit neither.
Twitty. Lewis Stevens. Bro, Ren. Donnie.
Let's repeat all 8 of those again. Say them out loud, bro. Oh. Say those movies out loud.
No, I didn't say they're not movies. They're characters from Even Stevens.
I don't know none of those.
Even Stevens was where Shia LaBeouf got his start. That was a Disney show he was on. And then his sister was Ren. His brother was Donnie. His best friend was Twitty.
Are you looking at me right now, bro? Do I look like I fucking invest time in the Disney Channel?
Hey, I'm the same age as Shia LaBeouf, all right? So, or roughly. So, yeah, that's what I was watching. We were the same age. He was in 7th grade on the show, and I was in 7th grade in real life.
Let me ask you a question.
All right, what?
Your selection of channels really has to do with age?
I don't know. At the time, I guess. I don't know, dog. I'm comfortable with who I am. You can make fun of me all you want.
I'm not making fun of you.
No. You can't sit here and shame me and bully me.
I'm not shaming you. If you want to like Shia LaBeouf, go for it, bro. I'm not mad at you.
You know what? Actually, that's a good one. Have you ever seen the movie Honey Boy or Honey? The one about Shia LaBeouf's life?
No.
It's a good one, man. That's for real. That's a good one. His dad
Send me the link. I'll check it out.
His dad was a piece of shit. I think it's on Prime. I think it's called Honey Boy because the director and writer of that movie hit me up on Twitter too, dog.
Like that one chick?
Like Amy Davidson. But no, she did about something, but she's nobody. Nobody gives a shit about her. But that is a really good movie. Honey Boy. It's about Shia LaBeouf's life, and you see how his dad's a piece of shit. And in the movie, he plays his dad. It's awesome, dog.
But he kind of acts like him sometimes as an adult too,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
it's crazy. That's what
Isn't he a piece of shit? Doesn't he do piece of
hurt
shit
people,
type
dog,
stuff?
right? Hurt people. It's the cycle, right? They talk about like people that had shit done to them as kids basically grow up and do it to other people, right? So it's crazy. It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
I call those sociovatos.
Hey, have you ever? Oh no, I guess you
Dirty
haven't. There's a
homeboys.
John Bernthal from The Walking Dead, Shane.
Yes. The big ass nose?
So Shane has a podcast, right?
He's a
And
nose
I
cast.
watched something recently where Shia LaBeouf came out on Shane's podcast. John
Said it was
Bernthal.
gay or what?
Dog, Shia LaBeouf reminds me of one of my cousins so much. It's crazy.
I think he reminds me of
Huh.
Shia LaBeouf because he looks like he boofs it.
Shia LaBeouf, he talks about
Shia LaBeouf.
on this. He talks about, I mean, you can tell he's like got so many issues. He's so mental. And on this podcast,
You know what boof is?
Boof,
When you boof something, bro.
to me, it sounds like he's taking in the butt.
Or he's stashing dope up there.
Yeah, he's keistering it.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. But you know what? Actually, I know you said you had a this or that. Would you rather? Let's hit up a would you rather. You know what? We're already 37 hours into this episode. Let's hit up a would you rather. Hit me up with the would you rather.
We're gonna start with the cards.
All right.
Right? Kim or Kourtney?
Oh, Kourtney.
I agree. Bing, bing, bing,
Kourtney's
bing, bing.
bad, dog.
She's better than Kim.
Yeah,
And she's more down to earth, I think.
I think so too. And I like Travis
right.
Barker. He's a good dude, so I think he'd approve of me banging her.
Yeah, he would. He'd give you a three thumbs up. But hey, so Kylie or Kendall?
Kylie, 100%. Kendall's way prettier. Kendall's really freaking pretty. But Kylie, I don't care how fake she is. Her body fake, her lips fake, her face fake, her eyebrows fake, her cheeks fake, her shoulders fake. I don't give a shit. She's bad.
Who's freakier?
Ooh, Kylie, 1,000,000%.
You think so?
Kendall, yeah, you're a little skinny ass. How freaky can you get looking like a little boy?
Sometimes they're the freakiest ones.
I guess, dog, whatever. But I know.
Okay. Well, my next question is Paris Hilton or Nicole Richie?
Paris Hilton
Over Nicole Richie?
over Nicole. Yeah,
For real?
yeah.
For real?
I don't even like Paris Hilton, but I think Nicole Richie is ugly as shit. I think she's like butt ugly. Okay, body, Nicole Richie all day.
Okay.
Overall, Paris Hilton.
Nah.
Nicole Richie's ugly as shit.
All right, we're moving on to the next
All
round.
right.
Pamela Anderson in her prime or Yasmin Bleeth?
Yasmin Bleeth.
Over Pam Anderson and her barbed wire tattoo?
Probably.
All right, enough said.
I'm not sure of it, so let's move on because I'm not sure of that one.
The Playboy Bunnies, the three that were on that TV series.
The Dawn triplets?
Kendra, Holly Madison, and the other one.
I'm not a big fan of any of them bitches, to be honest.
But you got to pick.
I know the game.
You got to pick one.
Who's the other bitch?
It's Kendra,
Holly,
and
let me bring up the old Googler over here.
What's her damn name? And I'd probably take her because she's the most low key. But I forgot her name. And that's why I would take her.
Bridget?
Yes, it is.
All righty, Bridget. The girls next door, that's who they are.
That's
The
it.
girls next door. Let me see who's who. I think Bridget. Kendra's ugly
Over.
as fuck.
She's too much of a
She
dude.
looks very duty. So she's a no.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and there's no call of
Holly, I
either in
don't.
front of
I
it.
from what I remember, Holly, she was.
She was a snatchola. Bro,
I
you
Bridget. I Bridget. I'm saying Bridget. I'm looking at them right now. Bridget looks like. I mean, they're all fake, but Bridget looks like the most natural.
no, for sure,
I
right?
think Bridget. Bridget for the win. Can we? Can you mark me down? Good answer. Good answer. Can we? Can we clap Family Feud style? Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, we can.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. Come on. Give me some more. I like this game.
Okay. Mary J. Blige or Lil Kim?
Lil Kim.
Over Mary J?
Yeah, that's why we're friends. All right. You take Mary J. I take Lil Kim. We leave the club happy. Okay. Okay. I got one. I got
Shakira?
one for you. I got one for you.
Okay.
Uh, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, or Megan the Stallion.
Nicki Minaj.
I like Nicki.
Cardi's just too nasty for me.
Yeah,
And I
she
don't
is.
like the fact that she says she drugged motherfuckers and stole their shit because that lets you know she probably did some other shady shit
Yeah, she did.
and let motherfuckers bust in her.
Yeah, she did.
And Megan Thee Stallion's not bad. I mean, she's
You know
cool
what? I
too.
never. Let me tell you this about Megan the Stallion. I never ever dug her. She was one of these after the fact where I came back later and was like, hey, you know what? She is bad
I give
because I just saw
I
her.
give Megs my third
I just
legs.
saw her the other day on Twitter, and I was like,
Yeah, I agree with
hey,
that
I was
shit.
like, I glanced over this bitch. I never gave her enough credit. She's bad. So I mean, I know I'm late to the party on that one. Oh, whatever. I'll accept it. Make fun of me. I don't give a shit. But nah, I think Meg the Stallion is pretty bad. So that's my thought on
She
that one.
is.
But for you know what,
Okay.
for that one, ooh, for me, I don't know because I like Nikki. I think I'm gonna go Nikki too.
Yeah.
I mean I did Cardi
Well,
though. My friend, okay,
well,
my friend Vega has been giving me the hard time because we talked about this on one episode, right? And
right.
just about maybe once every other week, he walks by my office and he goes like this, Cardi B, man, for real? I don't know. There's something about her that I think is bad. So, but in this case, I'm going Nikki. Who?
So my last one, I got one last
One last
one.
one. All right.
And Kavina Rich just brought that up with the feud they have going on right now. And Rich kind of misinterpreted the fucking feud and he was corrected on air. So let's just go Brittany or Christina
Brittany.
Aguilera. You're out of your mind.
Oh, okay.
Out your mind. Hey, bro, out your mind.
Okay. Christina was another one I was late to the party on because, okay, growing up, I was Brittany all day. Nobody could top Brittany for me when I was a kid. Nobody.
Why?
I don't know. I thought she was a 99% on the 100% scale in my mind when I was a kid.
And she was until my buddy banged her
Yeah.
and gave her two kids
Yeah. Well,
and let the whole world know she was human and that anybody could stab it, which is how you should have. That's your mentality you should have. And what he did, he just went in and did what he had to do. But I don't know, man. She ain't been the same
but you know
since.
what though? Okay. As 2022, Christina, she's bad.
Oh, so we're gonna change it.
Yeah. If I'm going 1999,
But let me ask you this though: the homie didn't make her all crazy. Do you think that maybe they just covered it up better?
yeah.
Because she didn't just lose her shit one day.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. She was.
It was a buildup, and it was probably from all the pressure they've been putting on her since she was little. She's a little
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah. Well, think about it. Mickey Mouse Club. Then she came out, baby
A
one
lot
more
of pressure,
dog,
bro.
the baby one more time video. She was 17.
Yeah, it's rough.
17, dog. We look at that. I mean, when I was a kid, I was like, what, 11? I thought she was bad as fuck. I
You
was like, fuck yeah. When she came out,
jerked off to
I
that
was
video,
in
didn't you?
fifth grade, probably. I was in fifth grade. Fifth grade. I remember seeing her come out with this video on TRL, and I was like, that is the future Mrs. Me.
For the record, I didn't.
And I go, well, but yeah, I don't know, Doug. But yeah, so 20, okay,
Daniel's
what
getting emotional.
20, 2000, 2001, I'll say
Okay.
Britney. 2022, easily Christina. And not only because now Britney's crazy, because just if you look at Britney,
Yeah, she ain't
even her
right, bro.
skin looks like burnt and gross looking. Her hair
Bro, I
looks
want to make
like,
a wall
dog,
out of
her
her.
hair looks gross. She's always got like running mascara and like, oh no. And Christina,
But you like them like
even
that.
with Christina's fluctuation in weight and shit, one day you see her and she looks like freaking,
Let me ask you an honest question,
all
bro.
right.
If Brittany had a space number on her address, would you like her?
You're such a dick. Uh, Dang.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Because you know what? I'm going off of these shitty ass pictures she puts on Instagram and shit. But if I seen her in person, I would have to judge. I might have a different opinion.
Well, she acts like she can't get an iPhone. I don't know why these pictures
For
are
real,
so shitty.
for real, dog.
The
She's taking
fuck,
pictures with the same phone she had before her conservatorship, right?
bro? She's taking
That
pictures
shit
with a
flaps up,
BlackBerry.
and she takes a picture.
She's got a BlackBerry Touch, and she's taking pictures.
Oh my goodness, dog. Okay, let me see. Let me
Good,
see. That was the last one,
good
or did you have
lord.
one more?
Last one of what? Oh, I got. What do you mean, bro?
The no, as far as the would you rather's.
That was the last of the Would You Rather's.
Okay, let me see if I come up with one real quick.
Yeah,
Um,
test me.
the one I was gonna come up with, you wouldn't know. And then when I think about it, one of them died, so never mind.
Fuck,
I was gonna say the Pink Ranger or the Yellow Ranger.
I'm lost.
Okay. The Pink Ranger was Susie Q. Remember the movie Susie Q?
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. Somebody remembers the movie Susie Q, right? She was so bad. Her name was
Leave it
Kimberly.
in the
All
comments.
right, leave it in the comments. Kimberly from the Power Rangers. Jason Triceratops. Right? Come on, somebody.
No, but back to that Cavino Melody shit when they went to that was cool that they did that, dude, at the
That
theme
is,
park.
Doug.
And
I think you guys that live in California don't realize how fortunate you are because
oh, I realize it,
because
trust me.
in order for me to go to a theme park like worthy of anything, I'm driving 4 or 5 hours.
Every time I watch TK at California on TikTok, he reminds everybody about our 21 national parks and X amount of beaches and sports teams. And if you do the math and you look at all the shit we got from sports teams to beaches to miles of beach to everything we got a lot of shit, and it does cost a lot to live here. They tax the fudge out of me. I mean, they do, bro. They take a lot of scratch
Yeah,
from me. They really do.
yeah,
It's like in the 40%. I'll be honest.
yeah,
I mean, 10 racks is like six,
yeah,
and it's no fun. But we got everything,
yeah,
right? And what would you rather do, bro? I mean, and that's the question you really got to ask yourself. I don't know what Ohio or Indiana or fictitiously any of these states really charge, but let's just say they charge half, right? Let's just say that over there, 100 was 80 and here 160. Do you really want to
Scarlett
deal with the
Johansson
bull?
or Margot Robbie, dog?
ScarJo
Really? I'd go Margot
all
Robbie
day.
all
Oh
day.
hell no,
Margot
no
Robbie all day. My bad. Sorry.
ScarJo.
Go ahead.
So you don't be.
Yeah.
But but let me ask you that. I mean, I know 80 in Ohio will get you twice as much as 60 in Cali. But the real question is, bro, do you really want to fucking be in Ohio?
Yeah.
Right? Do you want to be in Kansas? Do you want to be in Idaho? Do you want to be in fucking Wisconsin?
What about
Who
Rhode
the
Island?
fuck wants
What
to
do you
be
want to be in
Rhode Island, bro? Who wants to be in Nebraska? I mean, I hate to say it, bro. I'm gonna call it out there. I'm gonna get controversial right now.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Is your seatbelt on? Or you buckled up? You're braced?
Yeah. Go ahead, say it. Who would want to be in Arizona?
No, bro. Like New York versus Cali. Who the fuck wants to deal with their weather, bro?
You know
Who
what?
wants to be in Florida, bro?
Rich just brought that up. Rich just brought that up about he on this because he was in New York. And so he was like, I would much rather be in California.
I mean,
And
dude.
he was like, I love the people, I love my family, my friends that are over there in New York, but I would much rather be in California.
Here's the thing, and even with you being a Yuma, right? So let's say if I would rather be, I'm gonna put it out there, bro. And the comments, please let them fly. I would rather be in a Utah. I'd rather be in Nevada. I'd rather be in Idaho. I'd rather be in Arizona. Fuck it. At this point, bro, I'd rather be in New Mexico. I'd rather be in a Colorado. I'd rather be in a Montana. You know why? Because the West Coast is right there.
Yeah.
And in those little ass states, you can get to the main airport in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Right. I'm about to go to Vegas next week to watch the Raiders open against the Cardinals. And you know what, bro? I don't want to drive. I'm seeing on TikTok that there's 12-hour delays and the I-15 is shut down. It's one lane, and you come home on a Sunday or a Monday, you're fucked. Fuck it, bro. I'll just go to LA and fly over that bitch.
Yeah.
Land in Vegas and fly back over and drive home. So the thing is, man, is like even Vegas is only a couple hours away. You could live in Vegas. Vegas is close. As long as you're close to Cali, you can fly or come driving and enjoy the shit.
Yeah. No, I think
and to be honest, bro, scratch wise, you're probably better off to be in a Yuma or Nevada because you can come here.
I can come anywhere.
I'm sure you can. With that being said, though, it's not a bad idea to be these outlying. Sorry, bro. The Takata and the Budweiser Red is getting to me. Not the hot burps. But with that being said, you can be in these outlying areas and it's cheaper cost of living, but you're close enough to California where you can still enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%.
Who the fuck wants 80% humidity in Louisiana? Like, who wants to be in dog shit Texas?
Yeah.
Who wants to be in fucking Alabama? Like, really, bro? You want to live in Alabama? Who wants to be in fucking New Mexico? Who wants to be in Connecticut? Like, Connecticut's the shit.
Who wants to be in New Mexico? Nobody even wants to be in Old Mexico. They're all trying to come to the States.
I would rather be in Old Mexico any day of the week over New. What do they got new? Green chili? Hatch? They got Hatch chili.
You're about
all they got.
You're about to rile up Carl Reinhardt.
I'm sorry,
he's
Carl.
living in northern Arizona, but he's New Mexico to the bone.
What the fuck do they got between? Yeah, I'm clearing my throat. Besides Hatch Chili's and Area 51 and the Walter White connection and maybe a couple Church's chickens. What the fuck do they really got, bro?
Yeah, I feel you. You know what, though? You never know because I have a buddy that's from New Zealand and he talks about how the KFCs in New Zealand will fucking make the KFCs in the States grab their ankles and take it.
They might.
So who knows? Everybody got their thing. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what the sad thing is?
What?
It's still a fucking KFC.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, it's still fucking fast food fried chicken. Like, what is your expectation of that?
You're right. You're right. You know what? I think, oh, wait, do you have a couple more things before we bounce? Let me know what
I
you
got a
have.
shitload of
For
things.
real? Let's go. Let's make this shit 13 hours. I don't give a shit.
Bro, Bad Baby. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be straight up with you. I totally respect her hustle. I respect her OnlyFans. I respect to 1,000% every step she's made since Dr. Phil. Because if she didn't make the correct steps, we ain't talking about her right now.
Mm-hmm.
So she's handled her shit.
I feel you. She took an opportunity. She ran with that shit.
Ran with it.
Yep.
Boy, she got in a torpedo jetpack and fucking flew off.
Exactly. 100%. 100%.
She this fucking broad went from Cash Me Outside to meal tickets.
Yeah. Nuts, dog.
Straight up. What do you think about her?
I think that's dope. Good for her. You know what? Because she was some little trailer trash piece of shit who now she's only like 19 or some shit, right? Because when she came on Dr. Phil, she was only 13.
Dr. Philly's nuts.
So now she's like 19 or 20 at the most. You know what? Let's look her up real quick. Bad Baby.
She's getting paid and she's getting chickens. I mean, they are giving this girl. She is. If she wanted to invest all her money,
she's 19. 19
set for life,
and she's set for life.
I respect the hustle. I'll be honest with you.
19. So you know what? So anybody that wants to bag on her and talk shit and I mean,
respect the hustle,
Doug,
right?
I'm gonna work,
but
Doug, I'm gonna work my whole life to not make what she made on OnlyFans alone.
But I got a question though.
What's up?
Should she be speaking at Oxnard or Oxford or wherever the fuck she's going?
That's
I heard she's speaking at one of the fucking Yales or one of them classy universities.
Yeah, no, I actually shared that.
I mean, if we're talking city college, I got no problem. We're talking like a state university, I got no problem. But getting exposed on Dr. Phil, again, I want to repeat before I go into this shit, I'm gonna break it down to you in two different ways. I absolutely 110% respect the hustle.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
She made the most out of what she got. She got a little bit of exposure. You know, a lot of people get that fame and turn it into nothing, right? And she blew it up. She turned that shit into millions.
Yeah.
And I respect
Christina
that. Absolutely.
Milian.
Christina. And so with that being said, I respect it. Absolutely. Hold on, ready?
Mm-hmm. Let me hear.
Mucho respect. But does that mean she should go to Oxford or where she's at?
I don't.
That's a tough one. I don't know. I can't say no.
I wouldn't know. I hope they have this shit on YouTube or something or something because I don't want to say no. Okay.
Can't say no.
I'm leaning towards no, but I wouldn't know until I hear her whatever her speech is or whatever, whatever she's gonna say.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I mean, she could come out, dog. We could say no. What does this bitch know? Right. She didn't even go to college. She got famous in Dr. Phil when she was 13.
She got tickets though. She got tickets.
But dog, there's something there. There's something there that she's made. She's a quadrillionaire.
She got tickets. And the
so
thing
there's
is,
some. So I'd be curious to hear her speech if she jumps on.
Even after she turned 18, the tickets really went through the roof.
Yeah.
So like you could say like after the Dr. Phil spiel, it was managed or her mama played a role or whatever you want to say, but like after she turned 18 and she had her own shit and did her OF and man, her shit went through. They said she made 40 tickets in like a short period of time.
Yeah. No, she I mean, whatever. Shout out to her. Good for her.
Yeah, shout out to Bad Baby.
Yeah.
But she done did the damn thing, I'll say that. Yes, sir.
All right.
What you got?
I'm pretty much I'm good on my shit. I'm looking at my shit. We pretty much hit most of my shit. What about you? You got any more things or you want to wrap it up?
Trojan.
It's up to you. I'm down to go. If you have a couple more things you're passionate about, let me know.
I don't have nothing else. I'm down to go, but I don't have nothing else. I'm not gonna bullshit you.
All right, let me see. All right. I got one.
Right.
I got one more would you rather before we go.
Okay, what is it?
Joe Rogan or Howard Stern as far as listening, not putting it in their butt. If you had to listen to one show, they're like, you know what? Hey, El Kakui, we're sorry to tell you that Covino and Rich and the After Show But Later don't exist anymore. The only two podcasts on earth are Howard Stern and Joe Rogan. And you have to choose one. No,
Joe
or
Rogan.
else. You just have to choose one. That's
Joe Rogan
Rogan.
all day.
All right.
And I don't listen to either one.
Yeah, and I know that's why I thought that was a good one to ask you.
I think Rogan is a little more relatable. He's a little bit more humble. You can kind of see yourself in him a little bit more. Not that you can, and not that it's, you look at him and you see yourself completely. But I think that he's a little more down to earth. He's a little more realistic. He's a little more in touch with the people. I think Howard Stern, like Howard Stern, I mean, never listened to his show a whole lot. Saw it, a couple times on TV. Listened to it a few times. Loved his movie, Private Parts. That was great. But I think that I don't really listen to Joe Rogan either, but he's more down to earth. And his guests are more relevant.
Yeah.
Howard Stern is always trying to at least back in the day, he would try to get people on his show and humiliate them and make them do stupid shit and this and that. And remember he had Carmen Electra ride the fucking toy and that's fine. We all love that episode. But with that being said, it almost seems like he's trying to embarrass people, and at least Rogan's not.
Fair enough. After Show But Later, episode number 146. 2 hours. We're bringing back the 2-hour-long episode. Akakui, you have any parting words before we leave, dog?
The 2-hour long Doug Dong.
So the After Show But Later. We hope you guys had a good weekend. We hope you enjoyed Covino and Rich on Fox Sports. We hope you enjoyed everything. The fight with Canelo and Triple G. We didn't even get to the fight that happened this weekend. We didn't get to Sunday Night Football that happened this weekend. We didn't get to we didn't get to the UFC fight night that happened this weekend. But you know what? It's all good because we have
I can't believe
Triple G got beat.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
After Show But Later. It's your boys D, El Kakui. Look for us on social media at AfterShowBL across all social media.
And find me on Feet Finder because I'm selling feet pics.
I got to give a couple of shout outs real quick. Shout out to, like I mentioned my homie earlier, Vega, coming by my office every once in a while and being like, Cardi B, bro, for real. Shout out to Bernice Casillas, liked us recently on our Facebook page. So we're still growing that little by little. We almost got a rack. If you look at it in numbers, dang, almost got a rack right there. Rack City, bitch. Rack City, bitch. As soon as we hit that, we're going to play that song, right? I don't care how old it is.
Rackavelli.
But look for us After Show BL across all social media. Go look at our TikTok shit. I'm going to start putting more of that content out there. I just threw up a video on TikTok about Tony Ferguson and Nate Diaz that we talked about last episode. And it got a nice little couple grand. It got a couple of racks,
we'll take it
on those
Rack
views.
City.
So that was cool. So go check
shanks.
us out. Yeah, man. I'm excited. It was a good episode. So after show, but later. We will see you guys
Later.
in episode number 147. El Cucuy, should we bring in Baseline Trey?
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757.